So it's been a minute since I really got into like a deep talk about myself and my history. I've most of it just been doing what I do. But there's more to the story than just what's going on that I talk about. There's more people behind the scenes and I talk about that. But we're gonna get into that now. I've never gotten along with my parents my whole life. I've always seen the inadequacies they had as parents to take care of this the way that they were supposed to, being selfish people. They were raised selfish, not by the parents intentionally, but that's what the fuck happened. So, two selfish kids getting together and having another child, and the kid ends up stuck in the middle, and the parents are only worried about themselves and their shit. And that's really where I came from. So, I had other families that I sought, that I confided in, that I was close to, but I was never really on great terms with either one of my parents. They divorced before I was one, I'm pretty sure. Something like that. I don't even know the history much. They never really did much talking about each other except talk shit about each other to me. So now bring it fucking 41 years later after they get divorced. 40, 39 years later, whenever this happened. My father goes and stays at my mother's house. This was around about a year into this all taking place with my kids. Okay. Now, mind you, when me and my ex split up, I went to my mother's house. While I was at my mother's house, my mother said a few times, I don't give a fuck about those kids. I only care about Sophia. So to me, that was her true colors behind it. I got two parents that never handled their business the way that they were supposed to as parents. And then me having my kids and my family, that created some jealousy. And not only did it create jealousy, both of them were like trying to redeem themselves for what they did with me and my brothers and sisters through my kids. Like coming in to play fucking hero. Instead of helping me and supporting me, they tried to take me down. They tried to put me down. They tried to fuck with me in many different ways. My mother did, especially when this all started with my ex. My mother played fucking games with me constantly. Would let me stay at the house, kick me out, let me stay, kick me out, let me stay, kick me out. And this caused such a fucking imbalance of stability. And I kept having to take my daughter and go. And every time I left with my daughter, my mother would try and come after my daughter and take Sophia. Now that shit's been going on since Sophie was friggin' one. I got custody of her when she was 11 months old. One. My mother coming to meet me in Hampton to drop my daughter off to me, and she's playing games on the phone for 2 hours, not answering. I'm not fucking bringing her to you playing fucking crazy ass games, okay? Gets there to drop her off to me, and I go to take her out of the van, and she fucking punches the gas and peels out with my daughter in the back seat. This is when she was a baby. So there's reasons why I'm staying away from these people. Now my father, staying at my mother's, this is when two people that hate each other came together in order to influence and hate on somebody else. I don't give a fuck if I'm their son or not. I'm saying it. I'm calling both of them together. My father being miserable, having his fucking leg cut off because he never took care of himself. My mother being miserable, sitting in the fucking house because she can't stand herself and nobody can stand her either. So this is what I had to go through to where I became resilient, and I don't get phased, and I don't get fucking, you're not going to change my path by fucking trying to pressure me or bully me or push me into shit, because I grew up around that fucking shit. And mind that, the bullies were always the ones that I fucking went after. Once I had enough, that was it. And I fucking handle it. Cross the line, that's it. There's no fucking going back after that. Now that's the way I grew up. Then I grew up. Then I really grew up. Then I became a dad. Then I had all these kids to take care of and all these lives watching me to where I'm not about to fucking go and perpetuate the cycle with my kids and pass my shit on to kids like my parents did with me. No fucking way. I did enough time in lockup for all my kids. I spent enough time at sea for all my kids. So the reason why we have beef like this, where we don't get along. Look, I've always seen through the bullshit. I have always been an awakened spirit. Maybe I didn't know the information as a kid that I know now, but I knew something was wrong. I knew the way that people were living was wrong, the way that society is formed. It's fucking slavery. So whatever, I'm not even getting into all that. So I always spoke the truth about what I see. I always, even as a small child, I called my mother on her bullshit. Couldn't help it. That was me. I was being myself. And if I didn't feel like something was love or something was right, then I fucking said it. Then as I got older, I spent time with my father. And I didn't really know my father till I was 13. But then when I got with my father, he was going to beat the Karen out of me. I'm for real. Okay, so this is like I went through this fucking back and forth shit between two parents hating each other. This is why I understand a lot what's happening with my kids and the game being played. It's not just her. It's her mom, it's her stepfather, it's her fucking family, it's her fucking friends, and whoever's fucking holding whatever over her head. Because that's a lot of work. And that's not something anybody wants to do all by themselves. But other people don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck as long as Jimmy doesn't get what we don't want him to have. And that's it. So as I said things about situations and behaviors as a child to these adults, they fucking looked at me like this, like, kid, shut the fuck up. Doesn't make me wrong. Now on to my father. We had a lot of conversations over the years, heated conversations about you weren't there and you didn't do your job, and that caused a lot of fucking resentment. He had it all handed to him. He had it all gift wrapped. He chose to feel bad for himself. I don't feel bad for that. I didn't grow up with no opportunity handed to me. None at all. I've had opportunity yanked from me. Now fucking handed to me. Imagine what I would have done if it was handed to me. So this had a lot to do with me moving up and leveling up. I was making way in life. I was gaining ground majorly. And people didn't like that. And these people that are supposed to support me, they didn't fucking like that. So it's not just her. And maybe that's what I focused on. And I have good cause because there was a lot of fucked up shit that wasn't fucking talked about, and it was all laid on me without my side of the story being said at any fucking point at all. Just all of a sudden, everybody I knew turned on me like, rah, like, what the fuck? So my family, my supposed family. Now, this is more than just what I said here. This goes into me being with Renee and Renee being fucking recruited to play the game for them. And she did at different points, and I can prove that shit. So, yeah, me being arrested with weed and my daughter being taken for 5 days, they fucking set me up. They set me up. All of them together set me up. My father was in the background. I have no evidence of it, but in my heart, I know this for sure because his sister was there. My mother was involved. He was silent in the background because he don't want to be seen. Renee played in this shit. She pulled out a no trespass order. They tried to fucking keep Sophie from me. 5 days. This is when I fucking jumped off the America in Boston and went and got my daughter, and then went and stayed in the van because I fucking had to. Because I would rather fucking struggle it out than let my daughter go. These people wanted me to take and give my daughter to them and go fishing. Like, here, give us your daughter, get the fuck out of here. What are you guys, fucking stoned? I'm dead. Me. No one else. So I just figured I'd elaborate with this. And I'm going to post this on YouTube. And I'm going to put this on Facebook. And I'm going to let this shit marinate for a while. And I'm going to chill with posting fucking bullshit. Because honestly, I feel like ultimately, no matter what I said, because I never said anything that I didn't feel from my heart. There's more than just me and my ex fighting. There was a division, and the goal was to divide and conquer with manipulation and bullshit. Was she mad? Yeah, she was all kinds of fucking mad. I had a girlfriend on the side, and it was known about. So, but what happened here, I know in my heart and in my soul that this was fucking heavily encouraged, probably with incentive. So when this shit hits the fan and this shit all comes to light, and all you guys are like, holy fucking shit, he really didn't do anything. Remember, you guys fucking ran along with the crowd. You jumped on board, you went and played with a fucking lifetime of fucking hate and bullshit that I've been getting thrown at me from people that are supposed to support me. And the best part about it all is it just fucking made me stronger. Fucking whatever. Serious as can be.